Hello and welcome to a time special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. Are war and peace antithetical to each other, or are they complementary aspects of humankind's quest for justice and dignity? Thiruvalluvar chose to articulate his thoughts on the subject in the voice of a military commander. The author touches upon the fundamental questions on power, resistance, and the price of justice. And he does that through the story of a young constable in the story Thunaivan. Thunaivan had to choose between action and submission.
Uyirppa Ularallar, Mandra, Ceyirppavar, Semmal, Sidaikkalaa. Be assured that they shall not last long, those who do not humble the pride of the enemies who defy them. Viduthalai, a movie by director Vetrimaran, released recently, has this couplet as the tagline in the poster. These ancient words of Thiruvalluvar serve not merely as a tagline, but as a commentary on the theme of the movie itself, describing eternal dance between power and resistance. The film weaves its narrative around Perumal, affectionately known as Vadiyar, whose journey becomes a lens through which we examine whether ideological conviction can spark revolution and bring justice to society's margins. His story touches upon fundamental questions about power, resistance, and the price of justice. The screenplay of the movie draws from Jayamohan's short story Thunaivan, meaning companion, a tale that unfolds in the jungles of Dharmapuri. Here, a young constable is accompanying his superior officer and a handcuffed prisoner. No ordinary captive, but a revolutionary leader whose hands were stained with the blood of two policemen. Through the prisoner's sardonic jokes and casual conversation, a darker truth emerges. This journey's destination is not a courtroom, but an execution ground. An encounter was the plan, but will later be paraphrased as an escape attempt by the prisoner who had to be shot. The narrative takes a turn as we learn the revolutionary's motivation. His killings were retribution for a police ambush that left innocent villagers dead and women violated. I do not know those two policemen I killed, he reflects, but I know that they represented power. And now, after what I have done, any agent of power cannot do this the next time. I have planted fear in their minds. That's all I wanted. In the story's end moments, as the young constable's hands tremble around his weapon, the prisoner welcomes death as an honorable exit, preferring it to falling at the hands of the rival revolutionary factions. The constable's transformation is captured in a single image. As the prisoner's body grows still, he lights a cigarette with steady hands, a symbolic passing of violence's torch. This narrative serves as the foundation for Viduthalai, which explores revolutionary movements, their ideological underpinnings, and the complex role of police officers as instruments of power. The choice of Thiruvalluvar's couplet raises provocative questions. Who truly is the enemy here? Is it the police, the power structure they protect, or the revolutionaries who target them? Who's the enemy? The answer perhaps lies in the universal truth that human conflict often stems from pride, both personal and collective. When the collective pride supports power and the faceless downtrodden are crushed, revolutionaries emerge and the battle goes on. There are martyrs on both sides. The winner perhaps is only time that pushes all such events to oblivion. Warriors throughout history have sought honorable deaths at enemies' hands. Their actions driven by the belief that their dignity and their people's tribute demand the erasure of those who oppose them. Tamil culture has long honored such warriors through consecrated tombstones called Nadukal or memorials, not just to battlefield heroes but to all who sacrifice themselves standing against injustice and protecting the voiceless. Time's relentless march has erased many of their stories, leaving only silent stone testimonials to their courage. That Thiruvalluvar, known for his wisdom and spiritual teachings, chose to speak in the voice of a military commander is intriguing. His words echo through the ages, finding kinship with Churchill's famous exhortation, "Be ye the man of valor, for it's better to perish in the battle than to look upon the outrage of our nation." The same spirit lives in the countless battlefield speeches and locker room talks where commanders or coaches synergize the energy of the team through a warrior's call to overcome the enemies. That a monk could teach the art of war should not surprise us, for in the end, war and peace are not opposites but complementary phases of humanity's eternal struggle for justice and dignity. Like the young constable in Thunaivan, we all must eventually confront the moment when our trembling hands must choose between action and acquiescence, between the peace we desire and the conflict we cannot avoid.